Hi, I'm Alex.
Alex from Glastonbury!
Woo! So how old were you when this whole thing happened at Glastonbury?
I just finished my GCSE, so I was 15, yeah.
Can you take us through that day? What happened? How did it happen?
Sunday morning, woke up, Glastonbury's 5-day festival. I'm shattered. It's a boiling hot weekend, heat stroke. I just want to go home at that point. Probably didn't really do much that day. I think Dave was on about 6 p.m. All my mates, there's about 20 of us, we wanted to get first row of Dave. So we all watched Billie Eilish at the same stage before, which I can't say I was the most interested in, but it helped me get front row. I was wearing a PSG shirt.
I see a PSG shirt over there.
And I think, yeah, that's about it.
Did you know that Dave has a tendency to bring fans up on stage?
Yeah, I'd seen him perform in Bristol before and he did it then, and I did think that was sick. And I did know that wearing a shirt would increase my chances, and it worked. Like, I can't say it didn't work. I think he said something about that he was going to perform Thiago Silva, and he's like, I need someone from the crowd. Literally straight away, my mate next to me, I'm like, get me on your shoulders. Get me on your shoulders now. I'm just there, front row, going mental. I see him looking over, because I've got Thiago Silva on my back, and everyone's like, turn around, show him your back, show him your back. I show him, I'm pointing at it, and then, yeah, he's like, oh, guy in a Thiago Silva shirt, points me, yeah, then security bring me up. Massive stage to climb up, don't mind it, yeah.
And then what I know about it is you get up there, you go from a 50-year-old kid to an absolute diva, because you start asking for water. It's like suddenly there's a rider involved. And then he grabs you and like pet talks you. What was he saying to you there just before the song starts?
They gave me like a little earpiece like that, and then he said, just go out there, smash it. If you need any help, just look into my eyes and like I'll help you out, and then just enjoy it, basically. That was it. Like, you can only hear half of what he's saying up there. Like, he probably said twice as much, I just couldn't hear him.
And how did you feel at that moment as you're about to sing to however many thousand people at Glastonbury? Were you nervous?
I was definitely like nervous as you were going up, but like I just don't think you can be when like you're actually up there. Like, I think adrenaline kicks in, and I promise the only thought I had in my head was, you know how I said I'd seen him in Bristol before and like he brought a guy up? I was like, I've got to be better than the guy that went up in Bristol.
And you were? Yeah. I mean, are you a rapper? So how did you, because I've seen him rap and it's really not good.
It's excellent. Hello, old boy. What a joy.
How did you do that? You must have, had you practiced?
A lot of my mates, we all like that song. It's just one of them songs I just knew a lot of lyrics to, but at the same time, like, if I did it now, I wouldn't be able to know half of it. It's just one of them things, you're up there.
And then immediately afterwards, the song finishes. Do you go back down the front of the stage, or are you escorted in some VIP? Is there like a masseuse waiting for you? I don't know, some like a couple of bottles of Dom Perignon champagne. Like, what's the?
It's a festival.
No, but I imagine like when the artiste leaves the stage, I'd imagine there's like a harem of beautiful people.
What's the harem?
A harem is it's a Greek term.
No, it was literally just like, well, actually, Dave did say, he was like, wait for me after, like, and I'll chat to you at the end.
Yeah.
I leave, security's like, no, you've got to go back down.
Oh, God.
I know. Even like a few of Dave's like entourage, they were like, no, Dave said he can stay in security. We're like, no, he has to go back in the crowd. All this. So,
and were you famous at the festival straight as that happened, or did it take a while to catch on?
all the people who watched it, like for that rest of the entire night, it was just people, like I had to take the top off. I got changed because I was just getting mobbed for the rest of it. I remember straight after I was just leaving and Joe Weller come up to me, took a photo of me and all this, and then all of his mates, people like that for the rest of the festival.
And then that night, where did you sleep?
I didn't sleep, I just, yeah, I got picked up at like 6 in the morning.
Who picked you up the next morning?
My dad, yeah.
Okay, so your dad picks you up, did he go, son, are you aware of what's happened? Like,
He'd know what happened, but like, he didn't understand like the severity of it, if you know what I mean. Like on that Sunday, he was texting me the entire time, like, when am I meant to be picking you up tomorrow? Where am I picking you up from? And I just replied saying, Dad, I've just been on stage with Dave. And he was like, oh,
Who's
okay.
Who's Dave?
He's like, yeah, okay, when do you want to pick it up? I don't think he actually kicked in until he's seen the video, and his mates were sending him videos and stuff like that.
Once it got super big, what did your parents make of it?
I think they were definitely quite supportive about it, because there was quite a lot of stuff that I had to do after, like a lot of commitments. My dad was quite helpful with that, and my mum was pretty supportive about it all. I think like even now they probably don't understand like how big it actually got, but like they were both really supportive about it.
Did anyone from Dave's team or Glastonbury or Dave get in touch with you?
Dave put out a tweet saying, this is mad, Alex got this many followers, you guys are crazy, something like that. He put me in contact with his management, because like obviously everything was crazy for like a good few weeks. He said anything that gets too out of hand, just contact them, they'll be able to sort you all right. So Dave was actually really supportive about it, to be fair.
Were there any negatives about being 15-year-old Alex from Glastonbury?
I think so. When it started, it was amazing, but like at the same time, it still was very, very intense. Not things that a normal 15-year-old might deal with. Like I remember I got invited to Wireless the weekend after, and I had to walk around with this huge security guard all day.
No way.
Yeah, like what 15-year-old has to do that? And it was stuff like that. That was still all fun and stuff, but it was, I guess, maybe like when I went back to college. People with like pre-made opinions of you've never met before, like they would think. If it happened now, I'd be able to go about it completely differently because I could deal with it so much maturely.
After the performance with Dave, you got to meet Thiago Silva himself.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but he couldn't speak English.
Oh dear.
Because he played for PSG at the time. Because it started off like literally like 2 days after the festival happened. I got a DM on Twitter from the PSG English account saying like, oh, we'd love to put you in contact with Thiago. We'd love you to meet him and stuff like that.
You did a few brand deals with Boohoo and that kind of thing. I mean, did you manage to make any money out of it?
It was good enough. I set myself up to a point where like I didn't have to work throughout college. It was comfortable enough. It was comfortable enough.
What was it like going to university as Alex from Glastonbury?
Obviously, like, you get the recognition. You're just a familiar face. You get half people saying, oh, I recognise you. Have I done this with you before? It's definitely nothing intense like I compare it to when it happened, you know? Like, when you're a 15-year-old kid, like, it's just happened. Your face is everywhere, and, like, it was quite intense then.
If you're on a date and someone says, tell me something interesting about yourself, and you get to say, I'm Alex from Glasto.
I say it anyway.
That ain't a bad conversation starter, is it?
No, definitely not.
What do you think the future holds for you?
Probably be a career in law. I don't know, well, it's what I'm studying. But I haven't given it too much thought yet. I'm only first year. If you ask me in a year, I'll probably have a better idea.
Music law, maybe? You could be Dave's lawyer.
Do you now get offered free tickets to Glastonbury?
I wish.
That is a scandal. I think the campaign should start here to get Alex from Glasto. Are you going this year?
I'm going this year,
Okay, good.
Alex, thank you so much. Enjoy Glastonbury this year. Do you have a stage there for you or anything like that? Nothing. They should. There should be the Alex entrance or the Alex stage.
I'm just camping in another dirty, muddy field.
Sometime from the VEXA, man mystic like a pen like JK. True say, I ain't really a drinker, but I got that four brand.
Oh, you see, my pencil as well. I know we get money, music money, money that can be.
It's Alex from